Richard SWAINSON Last updated 13:57 the 7th of December 2018. Robert Stevens, AP. Dejected English fans at the end of the 2018 World Cup football semi-final loss to Croatia, at an outdoor screen in Camden, London. Disappointed England fans take in semi-final loss. SHAUN BOTTERILL. Getty Images. Harry Kane of England, dejected following the 2018 FIFA World Cup Russia semi-final loss to Croatia. Football opinion: like most of my generation, I occasionally kicked the round ball in youth. Early school soccer games linger in the memory. The mantra of an old friend, the alma mater's goalkeeper, has always stayed with me: if in doubt, kick it out. Back in 1974, this sounded like philosophy. It still does. Like myself, the Malfoy primary school goalie had an English mother. We were both born in 1966, a fateful year for English football. The last, and only, time England won the World Cup. Read more, Kane misses golden chance, deflated England in tears, English media stand by their boys, recap, Croatia v England semi-final. It's a rather thin basis for emotional investment. If mother were still around, would she have bothered to rise early Thursday morning to watch England take on the might of Croatia? Probably not. No matter, when you live across the road from a public house that's spent 3 days filling in council forms in triplicate to gain a special license to open, the least you can do is attend, telling yourself you owe it to your maternal forebears. At 6 a.m. the room was both packed and partisan, English flags worn on sleeves, breast pockets and the eyed comely cheekbone. There was an air of expectation, a touch of confidence and an awful lot of dread. The television commentator references 1966 at a rate of once every 30 seconds. When he's not talking up the win, he's lamenting the near misses. Apparently 1990 was a close-run thing. The theme is that of a song from Cabaret. The English fans are one with Liza Minnelli, all but singing Maybe This Time aloud. I anticipate a war of attrition, something drawn out, defensive and borderline dull. The opposite happens: a free kick with inside of the Croatian jail, an Englishman who can evidently bend it like Beckham. It's Kieran Trippier's day, Trippier, yeah, and all inside 5 minutes of kickoff. The pub crowd goes wild, well, as wild as you can at 6:05 a.m. on a Thursday when there's still the best part of 85 minutes to go and your team has 52 years worth of choking to live down. Add feedback. Meanwhile, on the pitch itself, the frottage has begun. There are grown men hugging and kissing and rolling upon the earth, a cross between ancient fertility rites and an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. In earlier, more homophobic times, such spectacle did not endear itself to a New Zealand public reared on the stoicism of real football, the kind which used the word rugby as prefix. These days it's all part of the wider sporting landscape. Professional sportsmen and sportswomen are expected to grunt and fist pump, and slap each other on the derriere. If they didn't, they would be said to lack passion. Determined not to rest on their laurels or to just sit on a 1-0 lead, England do just that. Polite applause spontaneously breaks out at the end of the first half, but the fans are far from convinced. I catch up with an English friend, a learned university type. He alludes to decades of disappointment. I draw comparisons with that inexplicable gap between 1987 and 2011, when somehow New Zealand misplaced another cup. He says that doesn't even come close. Croatia are a different team in the second half. They dominate possession and look like scoring several times before they actually do. Their skills at pantomime and diving are also a cut above the English. My mother's countrymen sometimes even manage a vestige of composure in the tackle, refraining from milking every single physical encounter with their opponents. On those rare occasions when they are actually fouled, they don't always whine about it like prissy schoolgirls. Still, they have their share of offenders too. Something to build on for the next tournament. The English slide into mediocrity has the feeling of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Once Croatia equalizes, there's no turning back. After they go a goal up in extra time, things turn farcical, with the Croatian player if not actually feigning injury then certainly exaggerating it, lying on the ground, refusing the assistance of several Englishmen. Am I missing a subtle cultural point? Is it permissible in soccer, when ahead, to just have a little bit of a lie down? A lie down is what most of the dumbstruck fans likely crave as they file out of the pub. I resist the urge to indulge my inner George Gregan. Quips about 4 more years will not lighten this load. 40 be enough? Perhaps when 1966 is beyond living memory. Richard Swainson is a Manawatu standard columnist. Stuff.